Good evening, it's meteorologist Michael Fecka. Welcome back to the 9 p.m. all-weather, all-streaming show that we do here every night during the workdays and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. So if you are joining us from either of those places, please feel free to leave us a question or a comment. Hopefully I'll be able to go through everything as I get through the forecast, but if not, I'll go through at the very end and see if I can answer anything individually for you. But let's get started here. We're on alert here through the end of the weekend from now through Sunday, mainly for those slick spots and black ice tonight. And then we've got the chance for some light scattered snow showers moving in Thursday night and into the day on Friday. And then behind that chance for a few light snow showers, it gets a lot colder there through the weekend. So it looks like our wind chill values may drop back down below zero, anywhere between 0 and -10 Friday night and into Saturday morning. So, and then into Sunday morning again, So that is what we're on alert for here through the end of the work week. But let's get a current look at what's going on outside right now. We've got this area of high pressure overhead of the Great Lakes that has kept us mostly dry today. We had a few clouds stream on in, and we've also got, some upper level pieces of energy that continue to kind of drop down from the north, and that is what's conjuring up some of that cloud cover and even the chance for a few flurries. Looking at our radar a little bit zoomed in now, you can see that there are snow showers popping up on the radar. However, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of reports of it actually reaching the ground anywhere, so this may actually just end up evaporating before it touches the ground. But if that's the case, you could still end up with a few flurries here this evening that'll start to dry back up overnight tonight. What we are looking at still right now are those colder temperatures. It's 24 degrees here in the Evansville area with mostly cloudy skies. Most of us are sitting in the low to mid 20s, and those feels like temperatures aren't all that bad because it's not too windy out there. They're actually kind of in line with what our actual air temperatures are for once. But even with that cloud cover, we will still see temperatures dropping back down into the upper single digits overnight tonight to around 9 degrees. And with some of that sunshine we saw earlier, salting and plowing, we may see some, we may have saw some melting earlier today, which may lead to some areas of black ice overnight tonight as well. So keep that in mind as you head out overnight or into early tomorrow morning. We may also have some patchy areas of fog develop as well. So looking at what black ice is, we know that was a problem earlier this morning. It's not actually black. What it is, it's what I mentioned before. It's actually from snow melt that creates a very thin layer of moisture on the roadways. And then when we drop below freezing and we don't have that sunlight anymore, obviously that moisture starts to freeze up and it creates a very thin layer of ice. So thin that you can't even really see it, and it makes it look transparent. So it's hard to spot and it comes up on you pretty quickly. So you just want to make sure you're still taking it easy out there. I know a lot of the roads are in much better shape now, and you kind of want to get back to driving normally. However, you need to be cautious of that black ice out there, as it is still going to be a problem. At least through the next couple of days. As long as we still have snow on the ground, that melting and then refreezing is always going to be kind of an isolated issue. So you just want to be keeping that in mind as you go about your travels. But let's look at those wind chill forecast temperatures. At least through the overnight hours, you can see they're not too bad. They're still going to feel like the teens out there, but at least we're not down in the single digits or below zero anymore for tonight. So dare I say, rather comfortable compared to what we've been used to. And tomorrow we'll warm back up into the mid 20s with mostly cloudy skies. We should stay dry through the day on Thursday, but we are tracking out that chance for a couple of light snow showers to move in Thursday evening and into the day on Friday. Now, it's not anything like what we just saw this past weekend. It's not even really a storm system. It's more of just a very light, weak piece of energy that's just going to be sliding through the tri-state, and it may conjure up a chance for a few of those snow showers. Again, they're going to be pretty isolated or scattered in nature, so I'm not even confident everybody sees a snow shower Thursday night and into Friday. However, if you do see one, it may be able to put down a quick coating, possibly up to an inch in some places, but not looking at a very high impact event. If anything, it's just going to make things a little bit more annoying. It's more of a nuisance, especially for the road crews who are already just trying to clear everything out there. Obviously this is going to stick. Our temperatures are below freezing, and they have been. So this is just another thing that they're probably just going to have to take some more time to clean up out there. So not really a huge deal for us here, but those light snow showers may end up becoming a bigger deal for folks on the East Coast. And let me show you why. So this chance for snow showers, again, it's associated with this weak area of low pressure that's diving out of the four corners of the U.S. And it's going to slide to our south. As it slides to our south, that's where we get that chance for a spotty snow shower tomorrow night and into Friday morning, and that's where it ends for us. However, it continues to develop off along the East Coast, so it may develop into a very strong snowstorm for portions of the East Coast. Right now, it looks like the Carolinas, oddly enough, are kind of in the aim here, or at least the bullseye area for that snow. However, we are going to be keeping a close eye on this, not for us, but if this thing were to travel a little bit farther to the west, that would cause some big problems up and along the I-95 corridor, especially with travel. So it would be more of a potential flight delay for you if you've got a trip out to the East Coast at any point through the end of this week or into this weekend. That storm system may impact you there, but not necessarily here. Now I wanted to talk about those colder temperatures that move in behind this chance for some snow showers here for Friday night. So we see temperatures drop down into the single digits, but those wind chill values waking up Saturday morning may be down in the single digits to teens below zero. And then we have that chance again for at least some single digit below zero readings waking up Sunday morning. So again, another very bitter cold weekend out there. And of course, you want to make sure you're remembering to layer up. You guys been doing it all week long. You're pretty much pros at this point, but you need multiple layers on the top and the bottom. You want to cover up any and all exposed skin if you're going to be outside for any duration of time. And of course, we've driven this graphic into the ground here, and we've drilled it into your heads, but continuing to be a good neighbor, checking up on your friends, your family members, especially the ones who are elderly or live alone, making sure that they're still all right in the cleanup process of this last storm, but of course also with the colder air that's been in place. And of course, pets, you want to make sure you can bring them in if possible. If not, make sure that they have some sort of warm shelter and fresh water. And of course, pipes, you want to keep those cabinets open and run a trickle to avoid for them to freeze. So here's a look at the next 7 days. Here's our temperature trend. And you notice this graph looks a little weird because you see that red line all the way at the top. That's actually where our highs are supposed to be for this time of year. They're typically in the lower 40s. At this point, we're looking at highs that are colder than our average lows, at least through the next couple of days. We don't really warm back up above freezing until we get into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. We'll see 35, 36 degrees. It's going to feel like a summer day out there by the middle of next week. So still going to be cold out there even into next week, but it should feel a lot better compared to what we've been used to. And it looks like cooler than average temperatures, maybe not as cold as we've been seeing it, but slightly cooler than average temperatures may continue at least into the first week and a half of February. And also looks like our weather pattern on the drier side through the first part of February as well. The Climate Prediction Center highlighting the Ohio River Valley and below normal precipitation. So we'll stay cold, but maybe just on the drier side for the most part. Now again, we still have a couple of those smaller chances for a few snow showers, but at the end of the day, they don't really amount to much in terms of actual liquid equivalent precipitation. So we'll likely end up below average for precipitation there, ending the month or starting the month of February. But let's go ahead and check out some of the comments. It looks like Cheyenne is here. Thank you for joining us. She says, good evening. Same thing with Suzanne. She asked, is there more snow coming? Yes, there is the chance for a couple of more snow showers tomorrow night and into Friday. But again, they're pretty spotty. I don't think everybody's going to see them, and it's not going to amount to anywhere near as bad as it was this weekend. At most, someone catches a coating to an inch from one of those transient snow showers. But not a widespread issue, not a snowstorm, nothing too crazy out there. More of just a nuisance, something that's probably just going to get on your nerves, especially now that we just had a bunch of snow. No one really wants to see it again for quite some time. Good evening to you, Lenny. James asking, is Jeff okay? Yep, he is all good. Tim Hicks says, great news with an eye roll. I know. it's never the best forecast here when you've got cold temperatures in the teens and the chance for a few snow showers after we just had a big snowstorm. But if we want to look on the brighter side of things, Shelly's taken in the fact that we're going to be hitting 30s, 35 next week. She's calling that a heat wave, and she seems pretty excited about it. All right. That is all I'm seeing in terms of the comments. So I'm going to hop off the live stream now. I'll send you guys over to 14 News at 10 for all the latest news and weather headlines. Until then, everybody, stay safe and have a great rest of your night, and stay warm.